We're live.
Hello, everyone.
And we have audio.
Yay! Thank you. Yay, audio. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Screams of the Sun, the Changing Breeds Chronicle we are running here on Final Show Films. We are Julia, Sally, and Red of the Zodiac System, and we will be your storytellers for the evening. We're joined by a fantastic cast of role players, and we get the pleasure to tell them a story with their help, and you guys get to join in on that fun. So let's start our introductions tonight with Emma Frost's #1 fanboy, Jeremy.
That is not incorrect at all. Hi, I'm Jeremy. Emma Frost is the best headmaster of the Xavier's Institute, or frankly, any X-Men related school. Prove me wrong. I am playing Crystal Arias, who is a Nuisha.
And 3 otters in a lab coat, Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. Not inaccurate.
Look, I was going to say 3 mental illnesses, but then I was told play nice or I don't get to front the rest of the evening, so.
Anyway, I'm Katie. I'm playing Carrie Nichols, who is a Corax Homid, Hermetic Order of Swift Light.
All genders and a bag of chips, William Rashani.
Hey there. I am William Orshani, and I am playing Callisto Osborne, who is a Hamid Uzmati of the Mountain Guardians, Garal.
The question is, what type of bag of chips?
Usually Fritos.
Not a bad choice.
I was going to say Funyuns. They seem the most Eldritch horror-y. It's like the tentacle sucker. Anyway.
It could be that too.
Speaking of an incomprehensible horror and a stylish top hat, Drevian.
I'm Drevian. I am playing Connor McLaughlin, a coelacanth? I'm still terrible at pronouncing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bassett. I get to be the internet's favorite catboy for the evening.
And one D&D game away from a breakdown, Siobhan.
Aren't we all, though?
Yes, but I had to pick fun at Siobhan. She's new.
I'm Siobhan. I'm playing Dr. Clover McKee, and she is a Corax, Sun Lost.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, believe women, believe victims, fuck the Republican Party, fuck Vince McMahon.
Sloth Month.
Happy Sloth Month, yes.
I know you already mentioned it was the Republican Party, but Mark Robinson in particular.
Yeah.
Yes. Who has lost all of his campaign staff.
All of them.
Every single one.
Well, all the big ones.
No, apparently it's down to 0.
Amazing.
I'm here for this.
Fucking amazing.
Is that the, one guy from North Carolina?
North Carolina governor candidate. Yep.
Who, yeah, you name it, he said it.
I'm sorry, who the fuck comments on forums on porn sites?
With your actual name and email address.
I was going to say, for any of you who want to run for any form of governmental office, may I please advise you that if you're going to go on any of previously mentioned porn sites, please use a fake name. Just be smart about it.
And either way, don't use the forums.
Yeah.
There's a whole internet full of places that you can post your terrible opinions that don't need to be the forums of.
That being said, it is fun to watch things go up in flames, and I hope.
Oh, it's amazing!
I hope it continues.
I was going to say,
my immediate thought was, if you're going to say shitty things in the comment section of 411 Mania. So
no.
Hear about it through Jeremy.
No. Motherfuckers, I am already having today in tonight's Raw thread post this ridiculously long comment and feature it about misbehavior that happened in the SmackDown thread fucking Friday.
You know, Jeremy, I am always amazed how our jobs are not unsimilar.
Like, legitimately, I was dealing with fucking adult children.
I'm dealing with literal
Like-
children. I said I had to tell this to the other class. So just so you know, in this class,
It was, well, I'm posting it in the raw thing because there's short of posting a news article, which I don't want to do. I don't want to post a news article specifically just for, hey guys, behave. There's no spot between then and between Friday night and Monday night
yeah.
to catch everybody. So
I think it's hilarious because I'm constantly going like, because I have a morning class and afternoon class. I'm like, guys,
yeah.
in the other class,
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
We love
Um,
Randall.
Yes.
let's
Any way
play.
you can decompress.
The post has sentences that are underlined, bolded, and italicized.
All three at once.
All three at once.
Yay!
Because it's really important they understand those particular sentences. The ones that say, do not do this.
Did you code it to be able to be written in crayon? They might have been able to read it easier.
If I had the ability, swear to fucking God.
Ah.
Crayons. I'll take a picture.
And lastly, please remember to go out and vote, register to vote, check if you are registered because they are removing people from registries. So please go out, double check your voter registrations and go out and vote this year because quite
Stay
literally,
in fucking line.
yes.
Just saying.
But last time, our group of FARA were introduced to each other by a group of 13 other FARA, known as the International Coalition of FARA. I did not realize how many times I'd written that in that sentence. It's going to be said a lot. The four were informed that a fifth member would be tasked with would be joining them, and that they would be tasked with an investigation of utmost importance. As the group traveled back to Callisto's home, Clover saw visions of tentacled wolves and sharp-horned rhinoceroses. The group made merry and introduced themselves to each other rather quickly. As certain things started to kick off and snacks were prepared, one manila envelope containing a set of 4 pictures was discussed. The 4 pictures inside were a building street view, one of a back alley with some spray-painted imagery, one of 4 mysterious large boxes being removed from a white van, and a picture of Dmitry Karlov, the newly appointed CEO of Endron International, a potential Fomori, and honestly a ghost online. But we left off with our group deciding to head to the sewers to do some stealth surveillance. However, our camera focuses elsewhere in the greater downtown area of Sacramento. Our camera shifts to, let me get the name right here, Cat's Cradle Compounding Pharmacy. It zooms in behind a desk where, Drevian, would you mind describing Connor for the group, please?
You're muted. Oh, okay.
No, I just hadn't said anything.
Oh, okay.
I had all week to think about how to describe Connor, and I still can't put it into words very well. I'm terrible at describing people.
It happens.
Connor sits kind of slouched to the desk because the desk seems not tall enough to him. And he is fairly thin, red hair, bright green eyes, and wearing dark clothes under a white lab coat.
Okay. And it's just after your lunch break, or whenever you take your lunch. And one of your techs informs you that there is a customer who has some questions about some medication at the pickup counter, or the consultation counter. The gentleman standing there is roughly 6'5", broad-shouldered, wearing a black button-up shirt that is doing its best, tucked into black jeans with dress shoes, a shock of curly red hair, done up in a very nice shaved style, and a full red beard, very neatly trimmed. He looks up and immediately locks eyes with you. And there's just a flash of yellow that goes around his irises. And he blinks and they go back to the brown that they were. Or sorry, green they were. I know colors. This might seem a little strange, but and he just flips over a small index card, and he's got written on it, "I'm from the coalition." So this is someone they have sent to check out what is going on with you. Or at least to follow up on the report you made. So I see you're right near the location. Is there anything in particular over the last 2 weeks that has really caught your attention? Outside of... Actually, do you have a private room we can speak?
Like, there more than likely he has an office, a separate office. That's probably where actual patient information's kept too, like a locked room.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and he'll lead him back.
He sits down and sits back and cracks his spine a bit. So, what have you noticed?
Well, on this side at least, what I've taken the pictures of, like, I'm on the wrong side to be watching all the time.
Have you stepped sideways with this stinking so much?
Yes. Which, as a player, I don't know what it looked like in the Umbra.
Well, you're right next to a worm den, so
Bad.
awful.
I have my nice little cat corner here, and the worms are coming in.
The thing you have noticed is the building has begun on the umbral side to be the concrete and metal that made up the building has begun to be replaced by flesh and bone on the umbral side. And there has just been tentacles of dark energy leaking out every once in a while, hitting the ground, sort of possibly looking for something. And you didn't get much of a look at it because it is heavily guarded. Currently, you notice 2 looming figures around the building. One is a four-legged quadrupedal creature that is hunched over and is just has its spine stuck out of its flesh. Two hollow eyes stare out and just constantly are moving and looking for the next meal, the next attack. And perched atop the Tower of Endron is a large, almost vulturous creature made entirely of bone, except for the brain still setting inside the skull. And those are the two major things you got a look at before you were able to come back on the other side.
So yeah, Connor will describe these and comment that, like, it is a den realm, so it is safe. It is very difficult for them to try to enter it. So he's viewing it from a distance with some safety.
Mm-hmm.
But viewing it from a distance means he can't make out fine details either.
Okay. I'm also supposed to escort you to. I don't want to use the term headquarters. It's a fucking tent. But headquarters in El Dorado National Forest. At your earliest convenience, I assume you still have the rest of the shift. Or do you... I noticed the name. You own the building too, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Let me finish what I was working on, and it should be good in 15 minutes.
okay. I will I am the black and red truck right out front.
All right.
Let the record show I want to meet this giant redhead in a shirt that's holding on via prayer. Thank you, please.
I'm also amused. This dude looks like he could probably be my sibling or cousin.
Kinda.
We're
You-
both very tall redheads with green eyes.
One of you is lanky, one of you is swole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said broad shoulders and a tight dress shirt, and I just
You just heard tinnitus after that.
Holding on for dear life. Mhm.
that button's doing a lot of heavy lifting, and I want it to pop.
Siobhan, sweetie, wipe your chin. So you finish up your last little things you need to do. You alert the people of your staff that you need to, that you're going to be leaving early for the day. And as you join the gentleman outside in his truck, he offers you a cigarette.
I try to avoid nicotine.
Perfectly fine. Name's Thomas, by the way.
I'm Connor, but I'm sure you already were aware of that.
I've just
But to catch on.
I've just got the Fate Stay Night rendition of Alexander the Great in my head as the image here.
Hold on, now I need to.
Or specifically Fate Type Moon, Alexander the Great. But yeah.
All you need to know is what's playing in my head is Megan Trainor's Dear Future Husband.
Oh, yes, yeah. Iskander, yes, very
Yeah.
much so.
Yeah.
Hold on. What? Tell
Okay,
me who?
but
Hang on.
say this again.
For the amusement, in the Slack channel, I will post for you the Fate Type Moon's rendition of Alexander the Great.
Give to me. Oh,
That's just not fair.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
It frustrates me because that should have been Gilgamesh. Because Gilgamesh is the twink and Alexander is the bear for some reason.
I'm not complaining.
Well, like, you can call it whatever you want.
He's gonna be daddy either way.
I'm not- I almost said that, and I'm like, wait a second, that might not be your kink. So, like,
You're gonna learn a lot about me the hotter the NPCs get.
I
You'll learn a lot about Siobhan before the end of the game. Anyway,
learn more every game, and I will.
because guess what? Just like Siobhan, we also have a weird and fucked up sense of what's hot. Anyway,
Weird and fucked up. You're looking at this particular individual.
Just ask me and my monster husband in my Friday game.
It's a lot of words to say accurate.
Listen, I was married to a dragon in the last game, so
This man's like a straight up gargoyle. It's great. I'm obsessed.
nice.
But anyways, back to what's my husband saying? Tell me what my husband's saying.
This game is exactly as off the rails as I expected it to be.
listen, it's just as much as we needed it for the night.
It's only game 2.
You don't get to control the rails. I do. Sorry. Sally told me to get back on track. No, thank you, ma'am. That's not what we do here. But anyway, so you're aware of the situation. Have you been briefed on the new player in the game?
As a character, would I know what he's referring to?
Not a clue.
New player? It depends on the game.
He just, without taking his eyes off the road, reaches over, pulls down the sun visor, and just sets a picture of a tall, blue-eyed, blonde-haired gentleman with slicked back hair in a slate gray business suit. Dmitry Karlov, all but a ghost until last few weeks when he took over Endron. And we have a feeling he might be an implant from higher up in the Pentex Corporation. But other than that, we don't have much detail on the inside. That's where you and the other 4 are going to come into play. The good news is I think you guys have a pretty decent group. I didn't get to actually see anyone, but I have heard great things about one of them, I think.
It's me.
Listen, I wasn't briefed on everything. I was told what I needed to tell you.
Now I'm just curious which one.
It's me. It's totally me. Clover's the one who's most together out of all of us.
Connor would inquire since,
You didn't even try to say that with a straight face.
well, we got a bit of a drive to El Dorado. Who is it that you heard about?
The thing, if you anybody who thinks it's them, it's probably not them.
One Crystal Arias.
What?
I mean, I've heard some things, but Dancing Cackle is extremely excited to have her in town, and I'm not entirely certain why, but because as far as I was aware, the Coyotes didn't get along. But
This is slander, and I refuse to accept it.
I mean, just because some groups don't stay together much doesn't mean that they can't get along for a little bit. find enjoyment in each other's occasional company.
I mean, the Nuisha usually only hang out with each other until one pisses the other one off, and then you only have one coyote.
Other
The
Nuisha
occasional
are
company.
sometimes food.
Nuisha are sometimes food.
I'm sorry.
What? The hell did you say?
I said other Nuisha are sometimes food.
Macaroons are sometimes food.
I mean,
Are we gonna get one fucking sentence out for?
Spoiler alert, Katie, the answer is no.
I'm pretty sure. In fairness, that's not inaccurate because it's been a while, but I believe that they are one of the few breeds who don't have the whole metis thing going on. So yes, other Nuisha are a sometime food.
Well, you heard it here on Final Show Films first, folks. No other Nuisha are sometimes food.
Hate fucking is a thing.
Yes, it is. And remember, folks, hate fucking and makeup sex are two completely different things.
Yes, they are.
But she seems like she might be a interesting addition to y'all's. I think Motherweb used the term menagerie. I don't like it. Takes too long to say.
I mean, hello.
Hi there.
My Zoom apparently crashed for a moment there.
Ah.
The cameras are probably rearranged, Jeremy.
Yes, they most certainly are. Because Drovin is not Siobhan. Let me see.
Yeah,
Where
it
do I
looks like
need
it's
to
just the
move
two of ours.
Drovin to? Yep. Because you're on the bottom of the whole Hollywood Squares thing. I mean, that's what the Zoom windows are. They're
Hollywood.
You're not wrong.
We could do the Brady Bunch thing.
I mean,
It looks
Hollywood
like
Squares missing a row because there's only 6 and not 9. But
yeah.
close enough.
If we tried to fit 8 players and a GM into a splash screen, I think Sen would kill me. You get to see this much of people's face.
That's what I call a Sen problem and a you problem. I want to try it.
Oh, it's not a me problem.
Well, yes, it is because you would have because
Oh,
if it's this
then I
game,
have 8 players. Yeah.
you're storytelling it.
No,
I
that's
have
fair.
done those games before. I do not recommend them.
You're discounting the fact that Shawnee's also a storyteller. It could be
Yeah.
Shawnee's problem, not the Zodiac systems.
It could be all of our problems.
I mean, if it's 8
Certainly
people,
starting to seem like it.
if it's 8
speaking
people
of all of your
on
problems,
Zoom in an online game, yes, it is everyone's problem.
Look, this is 6 people, and look at the problem that we're having right now.
Yep.
I don't know
Well-
what you're talking about. This is going splendidly.
Listen, this is just
Didn't say it
because it's the start of fall and like it's the fucking start of fall, so nobody is well.
So,
The
last
kids
I
aren't on
heard-
all right, folks.
Kids are not all right.
The last I heard was him commenting about how the menagerie is too long.
Yes, the menagerie is too long to say.
My response is, well, if you want to argue with Madam Webb about it, go right ahead.
I would rather keep my bones.
Menagerie it is.
Menagerie it is. Listen, there are two rules I have learned with all of this integration of Farah society that we've been attempting to do is that never leave your phone unattended if Dancing Cackle is within a mile radius. And Anansi are fucking scary.
Please tell me there's not one of them in the menagerie.
Oh no, not in the menagerie, but
Okay. That's a scary thing. Not in my immediate vicinity, at least. Speaking of menagerie and who's in my immediate, do you know who any other representatives of this group?
yes, so there's Crystal Arias, who's in the Nuisha. You have two Coraxes in your group, Carrie and Clover, I think it is. I'm gonna get them mixed up.
I'm sure it's fine as long as you don't start calling them Union and Munin.
That would be disrespectful to Hugin and Moonin.
You mean
Listen, I've heard the stories from the Corax about those two, and no thank you. Never.
Nevermore?
I know where you live.
Yeah, buy a ticket and come find me.
I have a car.
And at the time it takes you to get down here, I can run.
That's fair. And then there's Callisto, which is one of the werebears. Try not to make comments about them. Just they've been through a lot, so the Girl in general, not Callisto. Though I don't know what Callisto's been through, so.
I mean, I've met Doc, so.
Oh, Doc's great. Doc's great.
So it's not my first run-in with the werebears, at least.
That's good. Then you probably may have met Callisto at some point. I don't know if she worked around with Doc or in a professional sense, or that was just a strictly our side of things thing. I think they do a mentorship. I don't know.
Have I met Callisto before?
No.
Okay.
Callisto is Doc's I forget the term for the student.
Protege?
There's a specific term for the student in the Buri
Mentee.
Was it?
Mentee.
No. There's they have a Garal specific name.
Oh.
I'm just going to keep naming inaccurate ones. Padawan.
The mentor is the Burijan, and I do not remember the name of the student. But she might have been that to Doc, but she's a logger, not a doctor. She would not have been anywhere around.
Damn it, I'm a logger, not a doctor.
It's I only occasionally see Doc, and I'm not sure if he's brought her along at any point. But usually it's for medicine stuff, so unless they also happen to be a vet, that's doubtful.
No, I don't think she's a vet. Like I said, I don't know too much about all of them, but hopefully you five can get along and we can stop whatever the fuck Endron's up to. He says as he parks the car in front of a large log cabin. But or it's more Witch's Cottage. That
Somewhere in
doesn't
between.
look somewhere in between Log Cabin and Witch's Cottage, out in the middle of nowhere in the forest, covered from roof to basement in Pride memorabilia, like different Pride flags, different, just all sorts of things.
I thought you said the headquarters was a tent.
Yeah, I got a text. I forgot how long the drive was going to be, and they departed. So, this is where they were headed.
Okay. Well, at least we didn't go to the tent and then have to come here, I suppose.
Yes. That does mean you don't get to meet Mother Webb, so I guess count yourself lucky.
One more day I get to keep my bones.
Yes.
And Connor will get out.
Yeah, upon hearing the door outside open and shut, Callista will stand up from the from her seat and walk over to the door, open it, and as the cats approach, she's just sort of leaning in the doorway, still whittling on a block of wood as she sort of like tosses the knife in the air, catches it, continues working.
Behind Callisto, laying flat on the floor, you just hear Clover go, and that's why the Victorians ate all the mummies, and that's why the only remaining specimens we have are held in museums, so we don't eat them. I do wonder what they taste like.
What are you putting? You know what? I don't want to. You know what? I don't want the answer to that.
No. Let her cook. You were saying
No, I'm asking what she was putting in her mouth now, but then I thought better of the question.
Yeah,
It
she's
decided it's better not to ask.
she pulls out like an opened fruit by the foot and just starts feeding it into her mouth, but she's laying on the floor with her purse next to her head, just like pulling it with her mouth from the purse.
So yes, this is what you you are
Yes.
greeted as the door
Well,
opens.
kind of halfway, because standing in the doorway is this woman who is maybe a couple inches shorter than you, but possibly 2 or 3 times as broad as you are.
you don't see that every day. Unfortunately.
Carrie's gonna just turn her head from where she's sitting on the sofa and go, "Oh, newcomer, interesting. What's your story?"
I take it y'all are the cats that are supposed to be joining us as well.
Not cats, just cat. And he pats Connor on the back, waves, turns, and just starts walking back to the truck.
Have fun.
Clover has full-blown sat up to look at man in shirt held on by a prayer, just fruit by the foot hanging out of her mouth, and she's like, I wonder if he'd let me climb him.
I'll wrestle you for it.
You
Just
might
fruit by the foot dangling out of her mouth.
you might want to say hi first.
Hello.
Sup?
Hi,
So it's just-
stranger.
Callisto looks over her shoulder, looks back at the larger of the two. I think you got a bit of a fan club.
How do you respond to anesthesia?
Or, somewhat less debilitating drugs.
I mean, I enjoy a good joint every now and then.
We're going to get along
Oh.
great.
Joint produced from somewhere on her outfit.
Like
Whoa.
from beside him. It's like if that was the case, and pulls one out himself.
He's going to have my joint, please.
Okay, he's
I give you one, but I would have to charge.
I
I'm a
respect
good
that.
drug dealer. I don't hook you on the free sample.
I don't deal drugs.
I do.
Illegal.
It sure is.
I am a doctor.
All right.
So
Callisto
am I.
says, and
What's
she
up?
just sort of tosses the knife in the air and it just embeds itself in the upper, in like the lower reaches of the overhang. Can we get down to business and stop offering joints to the very large cat man?
Yes and no. In that order.
Clover just puts the joint in her mouth and lights it.
We
Every-
can do both things. We can get down to business and smoke out.
What? Why don't we let the newcomer introduce himself? Then we can smoke a joint and talk about the sewers. Okay, come on.
What are your big three signs? Your sun, moon, and ascendant. We all discussed this.
I am uncertain.
Oh, I want to run your birth chart.
Run the chart.
Well, I know it's Gemini. Oh,
Oh, an air sign. Good. We're going to get
what
along.
was it? I gave.
Sorry,
it to her,
what
I
did
don't
you
remember what it
say?
was.
He knows he's a Gemini, is what he said. He said,
It's so nice to meet you, Connor. I'm Clover.
Callisto, says the bear of a woman.
Harry,
Crystal, also a Gemini, won't hold it. Will try not to hold it against you.
I need everybody to give me perception and alertness difficulty 7, please.
Clearly, I'm misunderstanding the stereotype about Gemini.
I don't know the stereotypes.
Oh boy.
2.
Geminis can get along with each other, but it can be tricky.
difficulty what?
7.
7.
Hold on, give me a second. I had to get in roll 20 and then accidentally push a button on my bookmark bar to immediately take me back out of it. And
Love
then hit
that.
and then hit the back button so I'm back in it so I can roll my fucking dice.
I botched that. 0 successes.
So
Silver
the
is not
It's
on
not a
the board
perception,
botch
right
until you hit negatives.
perception alertness diff 7, you said?
Yes.
One
Would
six.
my uncanny instincts specialization apply?
That's a botch.
That one's a botch.
No.
What's a botch?
Crystal's roll.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Um,
Crystal's too
Silver is
focused
not
on the
in
other
the
cat
building.
man.
So, Callisto with 2 successes. You won't notice it at first. Carrie and Connor, there is a piece of paper about the size of an index card slipped underneath the door.
Harry,
Connor will pick it up as he enters.
Well, this would have been after you'd gone inside.
Oh, okay.
Carrie jumps up, beelines towards the door, picks it up, and just starts looking at it.
Okay. It is a series of 10 numbers. And they're sequenced 3 numbers with a hyphen, 3 numbers with a hyphen, and then 4 numbers. It does not say who it's to. It is merely the number.
Meanwhile, I go, ow, as I wasn't paying attention, ashed on myself.
Yes.
So we've got a mysterious phone number.
Clover is on her feet and snatches it out of your hand. This is the most lucid you've seen her.
Oh, the
I would bet you at least a couple of the statues on that shelf that it's from the big cat man.
She is.
Just-
There is a phone out. She's and has texted 8
So
heart emojis and a fried shrimp emoji.
Just airdrop that to me if you could, sweetie.
So that I can stop referring to him as such. Connor, what was your friend's name?
as a player, I've forgotten.
He introduced himself as Thomas. Over the course of your drive, you would have learned that his name is Thomas Killorn.
Yeah.
And I will drop that name spelling into chat.
Oh, his name is Thomas.
Tomcat.
Feel like he might be insulted if you called him that.
It's unfortunate for him.
I didn't say I wouldn't call it to his face.
It's unfortunate for him.
If anyone looks at the very quick contact Clover has made, it reads future husband heart emoji.
That's fine.
We don't have to do names. We're just gonna call each other pet names for the rest of our lives. It's fine.
That's fine. I don't mind sharing.
So, yes, he receives a text message from a mysterious number that is just heart emojis and a fried shrimp emoji.
Can somebody text an actual, I don't know, non-encoded message to that number?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what response that gets
That's
first.
now I'm waiting to find out.
You get back 3 heart emojis, 2 fire emojis, the female emoji and the question mark emoji.
Hold on. 3 hearts, 2 fire, female emoji, and question mark.
Mhm.
Clover sends back the dove emoji and the one with the hairbrush,
Okay.
and then a shamrock. We are going to communicate via hieroglyphs.
Clearly.
That's how we fall in love.
The text messages go silent. He's begun the drive.
It's okay. I can send him voice notes.
God. I'm so here for this.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so here for unhinged stalker Siobhan in the form of Clover.
You know, honestly,
Callista-
if I'm gonna be honest, this is the most focused I've seen her in years.
Callisto, having retrieved her knife from the overhang on her way back in, puts the block of wood that she was starting to carve back onto a shelf, and sheaths the knife back on her side. For Connor's edification as well. I don't know if you watched the last episode, Trevian. You watched bits
I
of it?
did.
You did?
I watched it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as a reminder, there's the one knife that she has been using that is just like normally on her belt, and then there's the other one in like a bone white sheath that is like latched 5 or 6 times over to make it very difficult to retrieve without putting significant effort in. She puts her regular hunting knife away and sort of looks over. All right. Shall we do actual introductions more than just asking Connor his star sign, and then lay out what we're doing here and where we're about to be heading?
I mean, the jokes aside, we did actually give names.
I did give a name. It was very good.
A little bit more to an introduction than just a name.
No, an introduction is exactly whatever you decide to tell the person.
And that's fair. Hi, Callisto. Like I said, I'm the girl. And probably the muscle here, judging by everybody else.
Yes, you are.
Pick a lane, sweetheart.
I'm Clover. I'm the brains.
when focused.
Hi, I'm Carrie. I am the information gatherer. I'm the talker.
I said I'm Crystal. I have the car. And there's other stuff I do, but really, it's the bitch mobile.
Clover stage whispers, "She's the wild card." I love heist movies.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm Connor. I'm the cat, as was pointed out as I showed up,
Meow.
and I'm the one who reported to the council that Endron moved in.
Did you take
Awesome.
lovely photos?
I know. I took photos of the graffiti in the alley, and I don't know what other photo. I got some other photos of the building, but
So
I'm not
the
sure what photos.
Spread
you
the
guys
photos
saw.
out on the table.
So as a reminder, the 4 images are a street view of Endron with white panel vans outside. The backside of Endron with a black spiral and a spray painted wolf's head with a red line through it. Do I need to slow down, Siobhan?
No, I'm good.
Okay. The third picture was another unmarked white van unloading 4 probably 7-8 foot long metal boxes out of the back of said van. And then the last picture is what you have just been shown on your right over, the picture of Dmitry Karlov. So you would have taken those first 2 potentially pictures, if not the third one.
Well, I know I didn't take that one of Dimitri.
Okay.
So you're informant. Interesting.
I like you already.
I run a pharmacy, and it's right beside.
You run a pharmacy.
Yes,
We're
I
going to
specifically run a compounding pharmacy.
She
You wanna
does
try a
2 out
treat?
of her purse.
I am a doctor. I have so much medicine in here.
I'm not a doctor. I'm just a drug dealer.
Clover pulls out a gummy bear and pops it in her mouth.
I bet she's so glad that she has the albino eyes, because nobody could ever tell. Nobody could ever tell that she's, I mean, at least from her eyes, that she's completely blitzed out of her mind. The fact that she's, hanging upside down from something,
That's
Clues
just
you in on a
giving a
few
new
things.
perspective on the problem.
That said, I can pretend to be a doctor.
I'm not a doctor, I just play one on TV.
I'm not a doctor. I just play one in sabotage projects against the worm.
Yes, there's lots of worms here, and did you know there are wolves with tentacles for their face? I wonder how they use them.
I have not seen the wolves with tentacles for a face,
I saw
but
one.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were there.
I saw one in the clouds.
I'm going to describe the 2 creatures that I saw.
Oh, yes. So Connor lays out an image of 2 spirit beasts.
Doesn't describe where he saw them. Just the 2 creatures.
Are
With no
they
context.
sketches or are they photographs?
No, like verbally
Verbal
describes
description.
them.
Yeah.
They're what?
Verbally
description.
describes them.
Oh, verbally described. Okay, sorry.
So as a reminder, there's the quadrupedal creature that had its spine sticking out of its back with 2 dead eyes constantly staring and looking for its next meal. Very wolf-like creature. I say wolf-like, not anywhere near the normal. It's the closest thing you can approximate.
Wolf-like, as in that it has 4 legs and it's hairy. And
Yeah.
is
It has an
Vaguely
elongated
shaped.
snout kind of thing.
Yes.
Vaguely canid.
Vaguely
Yeah.
canid, yes. And then the other was a large vulture-like creature that is just the skeleton and a brain perched atop the building.
Did you
Yeah,
know that
doesn't sound
vultures
like-
poop down their legs to keep cool? That's Clover's response.
I don't think that one does.
That doesn't sound like something that you'd encounter on this side of the gauntlet.
Nope.
That
Oh,
sounds
no.
like you are where my friends are.
You saw that in daylight?
Yeah, when did you see these exactly?
Last time I looked was 3 days ago.
Where
what time of day?
specifically?
Like at the Andron building.
Okay.
And what time of day?
The last time was evening. It was after the pharmacy closed.
Like dark
Cross-
outside,
I'm
evening?
assuming this was across the gauntlet in the Umbra.
Yes.
Like I said, where my friends are.
I am Jack's complete lack of surprise. Well, doesn't make our that just makes our current plan sound like a better plan.
What did the Umbra look like around the building?
It hasn't changed a whole lot yet. The building itself starting to warp and like become made of flesh and bone. There are some dark tendrils reaching out from it, searching around.
So it's taking root and starting to spread, but it's not gotten everywhere yet.
So many tentacles. And not the fun kind.
Oh, I knew that sentence was coming.
Look, we were all thinking it. Clover just said it.
That's what I do. I just say what everyone's thinking.
We know, hon. Yeah, no, sewer trip still sounds like the best choice.
What about the
Words I never wanted to say, but
Say that one more time.
I said sewer trip still sounds like the best choice.
I mean,
What about the sewer?
yeah.
Well, if we're gonna get in and look around, we can't just walk through the gauntlet through the Umbra and cross over. Obviously, they have things we will run into. It will not be a quiet trip. I don't have time to educate everybody on the 17 different cons that we would need to get in through the front door. So option C is there is a sewer system and we can get in that way, it sounds like.
Harry also suggested trying to gather information at local bars.
Yes, that is also.
Oh, that's right. Margaritas. Can we go get margaritas and queso?
Maybe in a bit. I mean, yeah, we don't want to. We actually probably should not send all of us
In the
on
sewer.
recon mission. Yeah, that's too many people. That's too many footsteps. That's too many chances for something to go wrong. We know Callisto can't go. Well, you can, but you are restricted in some ways. Shall we put it that way?
can outright state it. The strong smell of ammonia, it permeates the sewers, and it's a powerful bear repellent and makes it difficult for me to shift. So if you
Ye-
get caught in a fight down there, what I am at is what you get.
You can say it, but you already did, and it's much more stylish for you to use a euphemism.
I will let you handle the stylish thing. I will
That's what I was doing.
I
Anyways.
feel like you are perfectly capable as you are. And just walks up and bats her bicep.
I think I need to make a roll here real quick, Julia.
By all means.
1 second.
Clover just goes through a window.
I'm just gonna no pool
Clover.
mod standard difficulty real quick.
Clover, honey, we talked about
That's 3 successes.
Yeah,
She doesn't react visibly.
Does not instantly kill small thing.
No, does not instantly. Or I'll remind you, forced transformation does not instantly react by shifting to Arthrin.
Clover has pat you twice and is just now like slowly patting you like she's caught in a loop
Clover.
on your bicep. What?
Come here. Come here.
What do you have?
I have gummy bears. Come here.
She leaves you alone.
I just reach into her purse and toss her a gummy bear.
Clover catches it in her mouth.
There's just dead silence as just looking back for. All right. So, anyways,
No, I want Connor under his breath. No, I want a treat, and pulls out what looks like one of those little cat treats, like the little packets.
Churros.
For you.
Oh right, I forgot Clover's monstrosity of ramen that she made last time.
that's right.
Yep, with the Doritos and gummy bears.
Doritos, gummy bears, and fruit snacks.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Yep.
Got that too.
All it needs is some tahini. How white is Callisto? With every tahini in the house.
She is white with a tan, but she's also southern, so you never know.
Clover goes back to the abandoned bowl of ramen, laying on her stomach and just slurping noodles in the corner.
So Callisto's not Callisto is an N on the Y end for sewer. And probably a Y.
I don't mind going into the sewer. I just think I can be better used elsewhere.
That's fair.
If something goes wrong in the sewer, I'm not much of a fighter.
If something goes wrong in the sewer, we're not fighting.
We're running.
I'm very good at running away.
I am a bit of a fighter, but not like, mountains of yogi over there. Or, the wolves. I just pull out my gun and start shooting until they go away. It works pretty well for most cases. But if something goes wrong down there, we're probably just getting out. So the question is less, are you good in a fight if things happen down in the sewers during our recon, and more, how good are you at running the fuck away?
Running away, I can do.
Okay. Are you sneaky?
Slightly.
Should we put a bell on you?
Now that just feels insensitive to his kind.
It's horribly insensitive. That's why I made the joke.
Connor's just laughing at your joke.
Because
but in all seriousness, are you sneaky?
tell me one I haven't heard yet.
If we were to put a crocheted hat on you, would you look very cross? I love looking at Etsy stores of angry cats and hats.
That's
See, this is great. Normally,
also where she got her doctoral diploma.
normally I have to be the person to figure out to figure out where everybody's boundaries of okay jokes and not are. Here I have so much help. It's fantastic. But in all seriousness, are you sneaky?
Out of character, I have 1 dot of stealth.
And the dex
In character,
Dex.
what does Connor say?
A little bit. I'm not the most sneaky. I haven't had much of a need to be. It's not a skill.
But you can if you need to be.
I mean, you got those photographs, so obviously you're.
That's also true. That's why I keep pushing this, is because you seem more familiar with this place than any of us, for obvious reasons. And if I'm going to recon from down below, I would like someone who knows at least a little bit. Are you allergic to anything sewery?
Not unless someone's flushing nails for some reason.
Dope. Okay, so Connor's with me. And it sounds like the rest of y'all go bar hopping. I know we've got the cool job, the fun job, but
Why nails specifically?
Iron. I don't handle iron well.
Oh, fair enough.
So I know I can gather intel, and a good place to do that is at a bar, at a Mexican restaurant. And that's not just because I want to go to a Mexican restaurant, it's for strategic purposes.
sure it is.
We need to interrogate the queso.
I'll leave that to you.
Somehow I feel like I'm playing babysitter with the above.
You're not playing babysitter. You are playing. These two are good. The investigator side. You serve an important role on the investigator side. You are the big, scary looking one that they look really nice and friendly next to. Also, I'm not going to put too much of a point on this, but when you're trying to throw out a net to catch information, you need all of the lures that you can. And I mean, Clover's kind of already said it, strong muscle mommy vibe. So
Yeah, I hear that one a lot.
well, that's only because it's true.
It's so true.
I'm not saying it's your thing or is not your thing. I'm saying it's something that other people are going to pick up on, so we need to use it.
I mean, you don't know what my thing is, but
That's why I specifically said I don't know if that's your thing.
in any event,
Anyway,
But yeah,
Can I describe some of the bars that I've seen and drawn people going into? Or bars? Some of the
Go.
local eateries.
go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I as a player don't know where they're going. It's the problem.
Now we just noticed on the map, there was like a Mexican place like down the street, so we figured like people would be going there for like margaritas in like $10 pitcher margaritas and bitching about their boss.
Yeah.
Well,
The other side of the block where the pharmacy's at is also like half restaurants.
yes. Well, a lot of people would leave Endron and go to Centro Cocina Mexicana,
which I will note is in a convention center.
yes. Thank you. Oh, whoa, nope. Leave that there. Leave that there.
Because that's the Golden One Credit Union Convention Center.
Oh no, you'd actually see them either go to Cilantro's Mexican Restaurant and Bar or Kadaimo Ramen and Bar.
Ooh, more ramen.
Or Kadaiko, sorry.
Hey, honey, I don't think this is like gummy bear and fruit snack ramen.
No, that's home ramen. Away ramen is good ramen.
Okay.
Facts.
Home ramen is just for calories. Away ramen is for enjoyment.
What are you like after a couple cups of sake?
Do you want to find out?
I have a feeling I'm going to.
And with that, that's where we're going to take our break for the evening. I didn't say the thing.
You didn't say the thing.
It's okay.
That's fine. We're live again. We
Hello,
live.
everybody. For the moment.
For the
this
moment.
is a World of Darkness game.
Two of us are about to go into a sewer
You
underneath
keep saying that.
under a worm den.
I do, and then you all get really nice dice rolls like Shawnee every time there's fucking combat. Anyway, but
I am
Our
here.
camera-
I am here to kill ancient monstrosities.
And chew bubblegum and you're all out of bubblegum?
Generally, I haven't had bubblegum in so long.
Because we've been killing all the ancient monstrosities.
Apparently,
As you do.
listen, she's got to make a living.
All I could think of to be a troll is just send Shawnee a big tub of bubblegum.
all right. The monstrosities get to live until I'm done with this tub.
I will help you pay for that. Let me know where to Venmo you.
I have their address. So
Just Costco that shit. Like,
I love how this session's been going for fucking an hour and a half, and we've had about
10
10
minutes.
minutes of progression on plot. I'm legitimately not complaining.
no. This is what Monday nights are like.
Uh-huh.
It's a Monday, folks. So, our camera follows two figures as they are walking down. Let's do brain. I moved the map and I have no idea where things are. Okay, down L Street, in downtown Sacramento. What is the approach that you guys are taking to get into the sewers here? And secondly, how close to Andron are you getting?
So that's a good question. Obviously, we drive there, which means that Connor has to deal with the fucking show tunes dude, Spotify playlist, which is all specifically. It is for potential people like, oh, show tunes, theater kid. No. These are just the songs from really popular Hollywood musicalized versions of stuff. This is like Rock of Ages, the movie, not the musical.
At the
Moulin Rouge, Greatest Showman, Mean Girls, the musical, shit like that.
Grease, you know.
No,
Not Grease.
that's too classic.
That's too musical.
That's too classic.
No hairspray.
No hairspray. No. Anyway.
Newsies the movie with Christian Bale singing with an awful Brooklyn accent.
Oh my god, that fucking movie. So I think along the way, Crystal says, so Connor, have you ever gone into the sewers before?
I have not.
If you were to do so, with your familiarity around the Endron building, and I would assume potentially the general vicinity, where might be a good place to go? Where might be a good place to start? That has good parking.
Well,
Preferably the kind that have all day passes, because I don't know how long we're going to be down there, and if this thing gets towed, it's bad.
well, Connor would have an idea where parking is.
I
Because
mean, the ice rink is temporarily closed, so no one's going to tell you from that parking lot.
Fair.
True. There's also a parking garage across the street from the Andron building. Throwing that out there.
Yeah, if I could suggest. Sorry, go ahead.
So Connor would comment about a couple of places that there's parking.
Okay. Cool. Do you know off the top of your head any way to get down into the sewer that don't involve pulling up a manhole on Main Street? I mean, we can do that, but I'm hoping for subtler than that. Yeah, I'm assuming this is something that you might know, might not, but I'm not expecting Trevian to say, "Oh, here, and here."
You can give me a Dravian, you can give me an intelligence and streetwise difficulty 8.
And streetwise.
Surely there are some manholes that happen to be in alleyways.
Yeah, there's almost definitely. Difficulty 8?
Yes.
Quadruple botch.
I don't pay goddamn attention to the manhole covers and shit around.
Stop stealing my negative energy.
I don't think I've ever seen a quadruple botch before. That's impressive.
What the hell?
I've seen this many.
7?
I rolled a 7. I once, long time ago, I rolled a 7 die pool, and they all came up once.
I just quit.
It was a dodge roll too.
That's rough.
You get a septuple botch on a dodge.
Mhm.
I feel like you say, "Well, I'm dead."
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
mean,
I walk up to the gun and put it to my forehead.
in fairness, yeah, no, it wasn't. I'm dead. It was all right. Roll a soak, and then the storyteller picked up like an extra 5 or 6 dice to roll damage with, because that was the justification. You tried to dodge, and you literally put your forehead in front of the bullet path, which I can't argue. The dice are telling me to die.
the dice are telling me to die.
I think I survived. I don't remember just because I rolled really but I was fucked up. I was fucked up real hard.
I can imagine. So yeah, you have to put it in layman's terms, no fucking clue. There are 2 options in Connor's mind: manhole and manhole.
My immediate go-to is just to pull up Google Maps and start looking at Street View and see if I can find some manholes.
Fair
And
enough.
driving along is like, did you just Google it?
I've only been here a couple of years. I don't even know what some of these manholes go to. I know there's a bunch on 7th and Kayak Alley.
Dope. That's like 718 days more than me. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Of course.
It's fine. We'll find it. We'll find a good spot. I pull into the. Yeah, I'm definitely just going with the parking garage
Okay.
because I have the overconfident flaw.
All right. You are able to get an all-day pass.
Okay. All right. All right. Give me your phone.
Passes over the phone.
I program my number into it, hand it back. All right. There's a lot of ground here, and there's only so much time because if we're seen poking around the manhole covers around here. I assume someone's going to be watching out for that. You take the north side of the building, which I believe is the alleyways. Actually, no, the north side would be the street.
No, the north side of Enron is the alley.
Okay, you take the north side. I will take the south side. When you find a way down in the sewers, let me know, and I will let you know if I fit it first.
This is an important question to ask Inuisha. What name did you put your contact under when you put it in his phone?
It's actually a really good question. Based on recent conversation and the fact that it would be vaguely offensive to a Bastet, cat wrangler.
Getting a group of Bastet to agree on something is called herding cats.
Yep.
Okay, both of you give me perception and alertness, difficulty 7.
Before that, I am really quick going to did I write down the roll here? No, I did not. I am going to, because I am doing sort of the more upfront one. And let me check the gift, make sure that it hasn't changed, because I could have done that before, but why would I do that?
Surely your memory cannot be deceiving you on the effects of this gift.
No, not at all.
You could never be remembering an earlier edition of the game.
Let me tell you. You know what? I think it'll still. I am activating Blur the Milky Eye.
Okay.
I know that basically gives me predator, like essentially predator and viz. You become a shimmering indistinct blur, but it should still. She's not going to be walking down the middle of the sidewalk, so it's just to make it a little easier for her. So manipulation, stealth, diff 8. Stealth 8. Fuck you, dice. Okay, that's fine. Connor hears her say under the breath, "Fuck you, Esteban." And
perception, alertness, difficulty 7.
Yes.
Jesus. That was almost the same roll.
Crystal, you're having a rough go of things.
It's fun.
You are out of your element. This is the middle of downtown in the city. You're barely. You've been here a shit's length in hell, and you have no idea what you're looking for.
I'm thinking of a big cat man.
I love that the mini game is slowly becoming who can sleep with the big cat man first.
Crystal doesn't care about first.
Fair. Connor, you being a little bit more familiar with the area, it doesn't take you long. You may not pay attention to the manholes, but you know the area fairly okay. And there is a manhole in between. Brain. I can do words. Words are fine. So there is a manhole in Kayak Alley. The problem with that is it is directly at the back of the Endron building.
Well, I found one, so I continue casually walking down the alley, and I go in the back door of the pharmacy,
Okay.
and then I text Crystal, or Cat Wrangler as it is,
Cat Wrangler.
Cat Wrangler to come around, and it's like I found one into the alley, but it's not the best option.
You just get back, drop the pin.
Drops a pin.
Yep.
Just right outside Endron.
I will head to the pin.
Okay. Doesn't take you that long, but yeah, you guys are able to you were able to find the manhole that Connor has designated with the pin.
Okay. I do a quick look around. Is it within view of cameras or any kind of standard security stuff? I know there's only so much. They have other things they can see, but
There are 2 cameras positioned at the back of this building. One hold on.
they're good.
Okay. Sorry, where were we at?
You
It's
can
okay.
Positioned at the back of the building.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. There is a camera pointed. There is one pointed directly at the manhole, and then one pointed down the alleyway towards the Hyatt. So west.
Okay. Are either of them directly on the manhole? Like, is it?
Not directly, but like pointed in the direction of.
In the general direction? Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
The
That makes
manhole
things
is visible
tricky.
on that one camera, even if it wasn't directly pointed at the manhole.
What do you think?
Connor's not standing at the manhole.
Oh, you're not there?
No.
He-
Connor
he-
continued down the alley into the back door of the
yeah,
pharmacy.
he
Oh,
dropped a pin-
I wouldn't have stopped it then. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he dropped a pin on the manhole from inside his pharmacy.
You just get texted back WYA.
Drops another pen at the back door of the pharmacy.
There's a pin like 50 feet from you.
You get sent a GIF of just somebody flipping you off, and I don't know, just whatever the first one that when it comes up on G, and I head over there.
Okay. So, Connor, there's a knock at your back door.
Connor's standing there with the door open.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So yeah, Crystal walks right up to your door.
Cute. All right. Well, thoughts?
If we have to get into the sewer, it's there, but
It's not great. I don't disagree. There's got to be another way. There's got to be another one around here somewhere. How interconnected is? Wait, we figured that out last week, didn't we?
it's fairly large and interconnected. So you guys technically could
Fuck
go
this.
a couple blocks down and then
Yeah. Fuck this. I just point down the alley in the direction away from it. Onward.
Find the next manhole in the alley away from the building. Yeah.
Yep.
it's like a 2-minute walk, and yeah, you guys have found another manhole in Kayak Alley.
Look around. See again. Are there any I'm less worried now, but still, it's good
this
to know
one-
who's spying on you.
This one, not so much.
All right.
Yeah, no cameras in this part of the alley. Fortunately.
Fortunately, is manhole cover fastened in some way?
This is where Julia admits she doesn't know how manhole covers exactly.
So, in a lot of cases, not everyone, it's entirely dependent on the city, the resources, etc. But a lot of manhole covers actually you have to use a specific tool or something like that to get it open.
It also depends sometimes on the location, because they are more likely to latch and secure manhole covers that are on the street so that a car can't accidentally set
That exactly.
versus in the alley, you're more likely to just have ones where it's just like using a pry bar.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get this one up with a pry bar.
Okay. Well, I didn't bring a pry bar with me, so I will have to use preternatural strength. I look left down one side of the alley. I look down the other side of the alley. I make sure no one's there, and I am shifting into Coyote Krynos.
All right, please describe what your Coyote Krynos looks like.
So I mean, it looks very, very to somebody who's not who doesn't have a lot of experience with Nuisha, like Guru or other changing breed, who doesn't have that experience. They look very similar to a Guru's Krynos form, except for much smaller, much leaner. I think they're size wise. I think they only like she is like whatever 5'9". She goes up to like 6'6". The fur is a deep red. Of note, when she shifts form, the one thing, clothing melts away stuff. The one thing that stays with her is her gun.
Good old
Which
dedicated.
resizes enough that she can still stick her finger in the trigger guard.
It's a 44, right?
Right.
So that thing is like yay big right now.
But she doesn't like bulk up the same way.
That's fair.
So it doesn't grow massive, but it does grow a little bit. Actually, technically, I probably should, unless you're okay with me not, roll because I don't have rage. I don't get to just auto shift.
Yes. Go ahead and roll your
Stamina primal urge.
Yes, stamina primal urge.
You.
Shape shifting.
Uh,
Difficulty
I believe it's 6.
standard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And it might take me a couple of tries because these are not my. Yep, might take me a couple tries. That's me.
that second. It's diff 7 to get out of the half forms.
Right. Slow transition. Fuck you, Dice. She's focused. Like, just give it a second. Don't look. It doesn't. It doesn't happen if you don't look.
I can't do it when you're
I
looking.
can't do it when you're watching. Is that enough to get me to at least his
You-
goal at
you-
this point?
Well, you had made it. You had already made it to your. To your
Oh
knee
shit!
man.
Yeah.
You had already made it to your near man on that last one success. So you only needed the one more to get into Krynos.
Yep.
Technically,
So
I
now
had
you are in Krynos.
First one, but yeah, okay.
Mhm.
And then I just reach down, grab the thing, and pull it off, or close to it, because my strength is 4 now. Kunk, kunk, brr, and she makes that sound.
The hilarious thing is you are now as strong as Callisto in Hobbit
Yes.
form.
I carry a big ass gun for a reason.
Show me how strong you can punch.
Yeah. And then when she does a brr to gesture down, like time to go, then she will shift back to Hamid, which automatically do breed form. Or do you want me to lead the way?
Connor will climb on down.
All right.
So the first thing you notice as you descend is that it is extremely dark and unpleasant smelling. It is a sewer.
It's not unexpected.
Yes. Though both of you have inhuman senses of smell, so
I mean, generally, only I'm in Hamid form. It's fine. I got normal smell now.
oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
Don't change into full. Don't change into. I think she would just don't change into Latrani or Cat Latrani, whatever it's fucking called. And then I turn on my cell phone light.
As the two of you begin walking into the sewers,
Yep.
our camera shifts.
Yes.
So, the other three of you
Yes.
was Kodaiko or Cilantros, the destination of choice for the
We
The
said
girls' night.
sake.
oh,
We were
okay
between
then.
sake and margaritas, and we said
So-
sake.
Kodaiko then.
Yeah.
Clover is the first through the door. Just breezes in. There's
Yeah, the entire drive over because it's in Callisto's truck.
Oh,
is
yes.
Callisto's playlist.
What is Callisto's playlist again?
Callisto's playlist is largely like a different variety of rock, metal, like a small hint of country on the side, but like a lot of like Birthday Massacre, Disturbed, Starset, Within Temptation.
Is it
Is
is it playing through a phone, like with a app?
She basically just plugs her phone Spotify into her truck.
It's the way to go.
And I know this isn't D&D and I don't know what the equivalent is, but I want to try to sleight of hand and put on Clover's music.
Dex and Stealth, difficulty 7.
I'm very
It's-
curious.
Dex plus stealth.
Is Clover in the truck bed again?
No, she's in the cab this time. She's in the middle between Carrie and Callisto. 'Cause she's smallest, so she can sit on the center.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right, so Dex
I mean, it should be
plus
the other way around, so it looks like cell phone bars.
stealth difficulty 7. Come on, baby girl. 3 successes.
Oh, okay.
So,
What, perception is sleight of hand on me? Or perception alert is on me?
yes, perception and alertness, difficulty 7. To see if you spot this.
It should change the order so it looks like cell phone signal.
No.
Except
I don't
instead of
botch
cell-
because there is a 10 in there, but there's 2 ones.
So, rock, metal, all that, and then all of a sudden you hear Stevie Nicks. It's the edge of 17.
Yes.
Yes.
And Clover is just vibing as Stevie sings.
No, you threw up last time. You're not giving you more base.
Sorry.
You know,
I heard
don't-
your wife talking to the cat in the background.
Yeah.
She's making bacon and the cat is making demand. Yeah,
No,
so
I don't-
Clover puts on Edge of 17 and puts on like a Fleetwood Mac playlist, essentially.
Amazing.
I don't mind the shift, but ask next time.
It's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission.
Not with me.
We talked about this.
Spoken like a true brat.
Good. We love Stevie, our Lord and Savior, Stevie Nicks.
Okay, nobody's saying that they don't. But just like when you touch people, people have boundaries. You also don't play music in people's cars without asking.
I suppose, in the great words of Dean Winchester, driver picks the music, shotgun shuts his cake hole.
Yes. Remember those words.
Can I play Stevie Nicks?
Yes.
Thank you.
Halfway through the song. Yes.
It's like we're on like verse 2 or 3 at that point. It could be worse. I could have put on my other playlist.
I am not curious enough.
We
to
don't
ask.
talk about the other playlists.
We don't. Such a good playlist. It does have We Don't Talk About Bruno on it.
I would actually throw you out of this car.
Don't threaten her with a good time.
I've not been thrown from a truck. I wonder what it'd be like.
Let's just say you'd be fortunate
There's no
enough that you
there's,
have wings.
there's no sun moon roof on this truck, is there?
No.
Okay, because what's my fucking name? Carrie is
Carrie.
going over it.
That's a
What do you
question I ask
mean?
myself at least 3 times a day.
Say,
What would the physics of putting an ejector chair in a car but no
Carrie's-
moonroof be?
Carrie's gonna look.
Just a
Carrie's gonna look
splat.
over at Callisto and say, "Just count your blessings. That there's no that you didn't see fit to put a sunroof or a moonroof in here. There's been a number of times I've gotten a clover-sized spatula to keep her from going splat."
Anyway.
Clover. While this is happening, Clover is trying to feed Callisto a gummy bear while she's driving.
Not while driving. You
The
ask
instant
for
the instant that your hand gets anywhere near her face, her left hand is still on the steering wheel, but her right hand is around your wrist.
It's just a gummy bear. I promise it's not a special one. I think.
Darling, can you really make that promise though?
I was about to say, can you be 100% certain on that?
The fruit by the foot isn't, and pulls out another fruit by the foot and holds it out to your mouth. These are
Honest-
packaged. You can trust they came from an actual company.
She will reach her hand up and snag one of the fruit by the foots and just shove that in her mouth.
All at the same time.
I'm literally going to see how many snacks I can get away with pulling out of my purse before Julia starts asking me how much is it next. Clover has a Costco membership.
So the ride's fairly uneventful. You guys pull up to Kadaiko, which is less like the I'm gonna mingle bar and more of the people are sitting down to eat, but conversation is constantly happening.
It is a you are going here with a group, not going here to meet a group bar.
Yes.
But quick question. Is it just like tables in a kitchen, or is there like a bar area where people are sitting at a bar?
There is a bar.
Is it like a ramen bar where it has like the booths, or is it one continuous bar? You know, like how some ramen bars have like.
It's one continuous bar.
Okay.
So like there's no tables. You just sit at the bar. Okay.
Yeah. So there are tables, and there is a bar.
And there's a bar. Okay.
It has the Japanese restaurant bar where it's like a wooden bar with like a raised elevation that looks into the kitchen where you can order directly.
Gotcha.
Clover sits down at the bar and just says, "I'll have a plum wine, please. Leave the bottle."
Once. Is there room? So how crowded is the bar area?
It's the bar area itself, not so much. There are about so there's 5 seats specifically at the bar. One of them is filled currently.
Okay, so we're gonna do like the. So where did Clover sit down so there's that one person at the bar, are they like at the end?
Yes, they are at the far end.
So does Clover go and sit right next to them, or does she like go to like another seat? Siobhan?
Sorry, I can't hear you over the bacon.
Where would, if there's one person sitting at the end of the bar, would Clover sit right next to that person?
Oh, absolutely. Just empty seats for days, just right next to the one person sitting there.
I am just. Carrie is going to go up to the bar. She's going to look at the person at the end of the bar and say, "Do you mind if we sit here?"
They the gentleman sitting at the bar is in a blue suit, currently has tie undone. The stereotypical businessman haircut with brown hair and brown eyes. He looks the 3 of you up and down.
Note, Callisto has not made an effort to appear in the same group as the 2 Koraks.
Okay, so he looks the 2 of you up and down, and there's a bit of a smirk on his face, and he goes, "Yeah, I think we can find room for the 2 of you."
Thank you kindly.
As Callisto goes and just finds a corner to sit down in and just have a drink and listen.
So I hate to be the bother sometime, but I'm new in town. Have you been here before?
Yeah, actually, I've been here enough to be known as a regular. So I can recommend
I
some.
would love a recommendation starting with a drink. I will order my own drink. I just want a recommendation.
Well, you can't go wrong with the boba from here. But if you're looking for an alcoholic drink, I like the Life on Mars.
Intriguing. And the ramen?
The ramen, you can't go wrong with traditional tonkatsu.
Well, I'll see your recommendation and let you know how good it is. My name's Carrie. This is Clover. She's very friendly.
Donovan, nice to meet the two of you.
Hi, Donovan. Good. Carrie's just going to catch the attention of somebody or wait till the person comes over.
Mhm.
Yeah. Places her order.
Okay. They take your order quickly, and in a few minutes you are served a small salad, and after a few more minutes, your ramen is placed in front of you. What did Clover order, or did she? That's a great question. Did she order anything?
In a moment of uncharacteristic lucidity, she orders a plum wine. She orders a tonkatsu ramen with a marinated egg, bok choy, and extra noodles, and goes back to just staring at the ceiling.
I need this food. And that is that's fantastic.
So since she's in between, since Clover is in between, Carrie's gonna have to do like leaning on the bar and like talking this way as non-awkwardly as possible.
Is your friend okay?
Oh, she's fine. This is lucid for her.
This is okay then.
I mean, it takes all kinds to make a world, does it not?
I can't disagree, I suppose. So new in town on business, visiting friends, family, what brings you in?
Relocation.
Ah. Always interesting.
Grown up on the West Coast all my life, just decided to go a little further west.
I'm here for school.
What are you studying?
Anthropology. I'm currently halfway through my dissertation. It's about the rise of neo-paganism amongst feminine presenting people and the reclamation of autonomy.
It's actually a fascinating read. You would be surprised.
Does this man understand any of those words? I believe what is being rolled right now.
I don't subscribe to any of the. I'm an atheist myself, but it sounds fascinating.
Well,
Didn't understand all of that, but the premise sounds the
it's
parts I
it's
could get.
how girls like witchcraft because we get to be in charge.
I have always said that there need to be more women in power.
Have you?
Of course.
And what about you, Donovan? What do you do?
Oh, I work for a not so small company named Endron.
Oh, the
What?
little mom and pop shop across the street.
Yeah. The tiny one.
Hey, storyteller, question. In our research about the man in charge, were there any videos that came up? Interviews, anything like that?
There are a few, yes.
Cool. I'm gonna go. Give me a moment. I need to go powder my nose. And I'm going to walk towards the restrooms. And then I'm going to activate Voice of the Mimic and laugh in this guy's voice, the CEO's, to see if this man has any sort of reaction to that voice. Like I'm in the middle of a conversation and like someone just said a joke and then like carry on as him for a minute, see if he has any recognition of this voice.
He's idly chatting with Carrie and you see his attention. It's not, if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't have noticed it. But there is just the briefest eye glance the moment that laugh happens. That just that snaps towards you. He doesn't break facing from Carrie, but it's very obvious that his eyes have locked onto that sound.
Clover basically summons like business terms that he was using and like tries to make it sound like somewhere in the restaurant he's having like some sort of business meeting. Like,
okay,
all right, boys, I think we're going to circle back to that next week when we have that meeting. You know, we'll see each other on Zoom, you know, like stuff like that. Like just businessman talk, trying to see if it'll break his attention enough that he would look for this man and if there's any sign of fear. And she's watching.
Go ahead and give me
I think it's a performance check. Charisma.
Oh yeah, for your mimicry.
Yeah. So it's
Charisma and expression.
Expression. Okay.
Let me
It says it can be performance or expression. And it's I sound exactly like him. It's just a matter if he can tell I'm doing it.
Either one, whichever one you want to roll.
Okay. Let's do mimicry. It's the same for both for me. So charisma, I'm going to up those knowing that I have this. We'll do this. What's the difficulty?
7.
7. All right.
Spend a willpower.
2 successes.
2 successes. His eyes have shifted. The moment that it starts to get a little more clear that it is this gentleman, there's a very obvious look of fear that crosses this man's face, and he just Carrie, you notice he turns and just maintains aggressive eye contact with you while he's talking.
Look anywhere but where that voice might be coming from.
Yes.
Clover kind of fades the voice out, like basically to try to make it sound like it's part of the din. And she'll pull out her phone, send a couple more emojis to future husband, and then text Carrie. It's kind of one of those moments where you're like strangely lucid, and she'll text Carrie, "This may be our in. Charm him."
Donovan, she just takes a drink. Donovan, you okay?
Yeah, just notice how beautiful your eyes are.
Oh, well, thank you.
Meanwhile, in the background, Callisto, listening for anything important that just sort of comes up in the general feel of the conversations around, is nursing a Sapporo lager and like 3 different dishes that she's just been consuming. Just a mushroom paitan, a chicken katsu sando, and like just and a tonkatsu.
Go ahead and give me perception and alertness difficulty 6. Actually, we'll do difficulty 7. There's it's fairly packed.
Can I put a willpower into this?
You can.
I will. So
Choose
3 successes.
3 successes. There's a lot of chatter about local events that are happening. They're talking, somebody in another corner is talking about another ramen bar that they go to that has an all-you-can-eat ramen bar challenge, and it's totally real, and you get like $100 if you can eat like 10 bowls.
That's how you die.
Yes, it is.
Or that's how Callisto wins $100.
So like that was a nice appetizer, and
I feel like Clover would pay money. I'd do the $100 to see Callisto eat 10 bowls of ramen.
10 bowls of ramen?
It just reminds me of it was the Game Changer episode. Brennan's like, yeah, he talks about an eating contest. Did you win? No, and I broke a tooth.
The problem with DMing is that hole is where the food goes. I love Brennan.
Yep.
Brandon Lee Mulligan is my Patronus. And but the thing that pops out to you is there is a group of fairly obvious, like there are a number of individuals in here who are just in a suit or in a nice dress, but there is a collection of about 6 people at a table who you can fairly easily tell this is a business group.
She doesn't have scent the worm, but can she smell anything off about them because she does have keen sense of smell? Anything like odd chemical sense or like anything odd that
There
they might
is
run up against in their work
with 3 successes. There is the faintest smell of death coming from the restaurant, like that area of the restaurant.
In fairness, that could literally just be any executive.
Yes, that's true.
They may not be worm. They may just be serial killers.
I say just that like define death. We're talking like the sugary scent of decay or the copper smell of blood.
The sugary scent of decay.
Okay.
How many of my games this week are going to have decay mentioned? I feel like people do this just because I'm here.
One of the things you notice, there is one individual who there's one individual who has a he is the only one not in a suit jacket, but is in a white button-down shirt, with very obvious the things that you notice about his clothing is there are a number of small cuts, just sort of everywhere. Not enough to where if somebody wasn't looking, they would notice them. They're not obvious.
It doesn't look like he's been in a knife fight, but
No,
or at least not
no.
one that he took any significant damage in.
No. The one thing you see that's odd about him, aside from the different dress, is you barely are able to see it, but there's a taser hanging from his hip.
He sort of idly side eyes the taser for a second as she's like tilting the tonkatsu bowl up to her face, just sort of looking outside of her at the corner of her vision.
And you actually overhear this individual speak. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the new steps that we're taking and moving forward. I think the direction Endron is going is fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what the new products that we just received are capable of doing. I mean, there's a number of possibilities, and if we continue to push through and we just need a couple more people in Congress to say one or two more things, and I think we'll finally have that push for Endron to move towards secondary place amongst Pentex. The thing I keep saying the thing you notice, there are a couple of people who look uncomfortable at the table at the mention of the word Pentex.
At the mention of Pentex being said out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
And a woman places her hand on this gentleman's hand and leans over and whispers something to his ear, and he just sort of goes stiff and goes back to eating in silence.
Was that a reaction to what was said, or did that seem almost like a trigger word kind of thing?
From here, hard to tell.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Give me wits and empathy difficulty 7.
I am good at empathy. And I'm pretty decent at wits. All right. Wits. Empathy. 1. At least.
As somebody who is intimately familiar with this and has a few of them implanted herself, I can give firsthand experience to this. There is a brief moment where his eyes kind of glaze over when something is whispered into his ear, and he goes back to eating. And about the third spoon, like the third bite he takes, his eyes kind of like he kind of centers back in, and you see that moment of, what am I doing? And then just continues.
Trigger
Yes.
word, yeah.
Yes.
So, you've been working at Endron very long?
I was hired in the moment they started putting up applications a couple months ago. So we had a CEO changeover a couple weeks ago, which has shaken up a lot of things, but I've been there about 6 months. Directions kind of changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot more of a push towards our... See, I can't tell you everything.
Of course. No, naturally. No, I
I was just more interested how long you've been with the company and what you do there.
Oh, myself, I am in charge of securing digging sites.
Oh,
I have a couple of contracts out right now with about 5, I want to say. Six different locations that we can start digging for oil.
oh,
Yeah,
oil.
well, the Rockefellers aren't the only ones who are in the business.
Very lucrative. So you
Um,
know exactly where to dig, huh?
yeah, I would say. Well, I wouldn't say exactly where to dig, but
You good at finding the sweet spot?
so I as the storyteller have to ask because I cannot interpret social cues very well. Are you flirting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I was gonna say.
Don't feel bad. I wasn't sure either.
No, I could tell you stories. Because there have been times where Kitty's been like,
Your spouse.
yeah,
But
yeah, eventually.
he doesn't even bat an eye at that comment. Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely I'm capable of finding finding the sweet spot when it comes to negotiations.
Negotiations, huh? So your role, does it do you have one of those, is Enron one of those like open floor plan companies, or do you guys still do the whole office thing, or like, I don't know, castles and trampolines? What's the
Well, we're not like Google, but what I can say is that we're open floor plan with a few members who have offices on each floor. Generally any floor leads or above.
So does that
But,
include you?
Actually, yes.
Oh,
I'm a lead on one of the floors. Like I said, I oversee acquisition of digging sites. I run a team of about 30.
oh, you're the man in charge, huh?
Not entirely, but I'd like to think I am.
Well, it's all about perspective, isn't it?
Yes. Sorry, I heard in my head things in mirror are closer than they appear. But he leans back in his chair and kind of smiles. Hey, I know you're not finished with your food, but how about you call your buddy a cab? You and I know a bar close by. We can keep the drinking going.
It's roughly that point, not intentional, just sort of coincidentally, that Callisto, in an effort to see if Shanks McGee over there with the taser is paying any attention to the world around him, puts the Sapporo bottle down, but in that manner where your hand keeps going, and she thumps the table to see if he's paying any attention to his surroundings.
He seems intimately invested in the conversation.
Clover swings around to go sit or go pass by Callisto and just once again, just strangely lucid, goes, "He works for Enron, and I've set Carrie to try to charm him." And swings by and then swings back to the bar.
Yeah.
Sits down. And when she sits down, it is not lucid Clover. And she definitely looks like she may have done something in the bathroom and is just the most disgusting way to eat ramen between them. I will not be making those sounds on stream. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I appreciate that.
Appreciated. Yeah.
My misphonia, thanks you. So our camera shifts as this disgrace to the way of eating ramen is portrayed.
Technically, it's a compliment in Japan.
Picture Clover saying that to like just the
air.
Just there.
the air.
Just maintaining really aggressive eye contact with the cooks behind the counter.
The camera shifts to a white tiled hallway. Two individuals walk down, one in a lab coat and a black top tucked into black pants. The other a sharp gray, slate gray suit, slicked back blonde hair and blue eyes. Dmitry Karlov walking beside this individual, and the one of the lab coat says, "Testing is going rather well. I mean, they seem to endure most types of physical damage, and honestly, I think they might have similar properties as our competitors. Would you like a demonstration?" And Dmitry says nothing but nods. And as the two walk over to a window looking into a white room, a creature inside almost looks like if a wolf was stretched a little bit more, ragged and had mange. And there is the sound of a gun firing, a yelp, and then the bullet is ejected from the side of the creature. As you can see, they are quite resistant, quite regenerative, and he holds up a small remote and presses a button. And there is a moment, and then the wolf type creature buries its head against the ground, screaming. And there is the sound of ripping flesh, breaking bones, as this wolf grows in height and stands on two legs, ragged, emaciated, skin and fur sloughing off as it just makes eye contact with Dmitry Karlov. And that is where we're going to end for the evening. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.